Hello everyone, today it's time for a new video and we're going to talk about this Lightronics KFK lantern, which is quite a special one. Because this might, at least for Dutch standards, be the longest produced lantern there exists. I think they started producing the KFK lantern in the early 80s or even 70s with mercury vapor. Then also with SOx, PL and everything, and they're still continuing to produce this lantern, but then with LED, which the company this lantern is from is Lightronics, but they used to be called Hogo. And it definitely can be considered a Dutch classic. And also something interesting, this lantern still shares a lot of similarities between its earliest version. Considering this one is brand new, there's also an instruction booklet here, which we'll go through real quick. Let's actually take a look at the lantern itself. So the opening system, still the same, one massive screw thing on top, with even still the same logo on there, which is a fun detail in my opinion, which they used to do that in the 80s as well, I think. This is basically the bowl, not the greatest quality to be fair, but this is a very cheap lantern. It's also considered, or I think this is actually the most cheap post-up lantern you can actually get, at least for professional use. I'm very sure that Temu has cheaper ones. So, and here's a unit. You can actually see it's kind of wobbly. It's not a very durable system. There's actually warm white LEDs in here, but still the opening system here is completely the same as before. At least it's been like that for a while. But instead of a PL bulb, there's actually a LED unit in here, which looks nice. The LED units are pretty good quality. And actually, even though this lantern it looks very cheap, it's still built the same way. So it's still quite a high quality build, or at least it's very cleverly made. Like everything, all the electronics are above the level of the bowl itself. So whenever this lantern fills up with water, it will just eventually fill up to the brim, and then water will spill over here before it touches all of the electronics. So these can actually still run for a long while with water in it, which I actually did a replacement video and a cleanup video of one lantern that the same as this one, that was completely filled with water, which still worked, but of course all of the electronics are a lot more fragile with LED. So in here we actually have some more detail, which if the camera wants to focus on it, 3000 Kelvin, 1050 lumens, so it's not too bright. It's like PL 18 watt, I think. And also one thing is, a lot of lanterns actually claim to be like that you can pretty much replace everything without a screwdriver, and here you actually can. At least if you have like a spare unit, which I usually do have. So you can basically just unplug the electricity here, open the bowl, then pull this little thing here, and then the LED unit basically just comes out, and you have to pull it, which sometimes kind of hard to do, especially this one. This unit, it's not the original one because it used to be cold white, but I don't really like cold white LEDs, so put in a warm white LED, but for some reason the unit doesn't really fit as well. And also these units, Lightronics, they use them for a lot of other post-up lanterns, which is a very clever system. Also the Lightronics LUS works with the same unit here, which you can have lanterns in all kinds of different shapes, but it's great to have a lot of similar parts. And let's turn this one on. Of course it won't have an interesting startup, but here it goes. And what's very nice about this lantern is, with the very frosted bowl, it's not very bright to the eyes. It's pretty pleasant, even though this one isn't too bright, to be completely fair. it spreads the light quite nicely. I mean, this is basically what the front looks like. As you can see, that's not too bad, especially not for an LED lantern. And to be fair, it's very nice they still produced this KFK lantern. I mean, it's a very old and classic design. Quality has never been too great of these lanterns in my opinion, and it didn't really improve with the LED version. It still feels quite cheap. But this thing still runs on its very clever design, which makes it actually quite durable. And I mean, for the price that these lanterns are, it's a very, very good deal. I'd rather go with this lantern than, say, some other cheap lantern from China, which looks way worse, and the quality will be way worse as well. So yeah, good job Lightronics, and please let me know what you think about this lantern in the comments below. Thanks a lot for watching, have a nice day, and see you in the next video.